What's up, everybody? We're going to react to the latest episodes of The Last Dance. Very interesting stuff. They talked about Michael's gambling. He obviously had a problem. He can downplay it all he wants, but he obviously had a problem with gambling. Not that it's wrong, right? Whether he bet on his own games, anything like that. But it just seems like anyone he came in contact with, there was like the drug dealer guy that he was in debt to. But it just seemed like anyone he played golf with or did anything with, like he gambled on it, trying to beat them. He was extremely competitive. So the whole thing with Toni Kukoc, I don't really think it was a big deal. I mean, they're like, oh, they emasculated him. I didn't really think that it was a big deal. I mean, they were very competitive. And basically, anyone who Jerry Krause liked, they would go after hardcore. But I mean, I don't really think that it was such a big deal. Like they went after Kukoc. He was like, oh, they came after me and they didn't know me and blah, blah, blah. It was the first time I met them. But, I mean, what did they do? Just play defense on you really hard? It's not like they tried to fight him. Overblown the whole thing with Toni Kukoc. I don't think that was a big deal. Like, you gotta man up, man. One of the other things I loved about the episode was just showing how Jordan was fighting with, like, Ewing. He was going after the Knicks, right? And then he went after Charles Barkley. Right, and then there was all that competitive spirit in the scrimmage. I mean, they're literally almost fighting each other in that Team USA scrimmage, right? I mean, these players these days, I mean, they get their butt whooped, and then you see them laughing. They don't care about winning. Like, that's the thing I take away, probably number one from this. How much Michael Jordan cared about beating you. And then there was a whole controversy with him not being a good teammate, right? I mean, I attribute it to he was just obsessed, absolutely obsessed with winning. And if he didn't think that you were going to give him the best chance of winning, or your attitude didn't look like you were trying to win, then he wasn't the nicest guy, right? And he was portrayed as like a nice guy, right? But he was extremely competitive. And I guess you could say mean to people, right? But it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, he plays a sport. Like he was saying, I'm not an activist. He plays a sport to inspire people. He inspires you with how he plays the game. And that's where it should end. He's not your father, right? He's not, you should only look up to him on the basketball court. I was the biggest fan of Allen Iverson, and he's had a lot of issues off the court. But I only care about what he did on the court. I don't care about what he did when he left. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to see the videos in the future.
Show Easy TV.